Hey Rockstars, special edition of the Biff Baxter Report. And once again, best coffee in the world. I wanted to bring you up to date on a few things. September 4th, it was confirmed that 11 planes went missing in Libya. The militants took over the Tripoli airport. They gained these 11 planes. They are smaller passenger planes, limited range. Not really. Some analysts were fearing that they could be used on attacks on U.S. interests in northern Africa, but they're not really a threat to the United States proper. We are dealing with thugs here, and when they took control of the Tripoli airport, they destroyed most of it too. So getting these planes off the ground is going to be a task. But let me warn you, rock stars, of something. A lot of you have told me that some of the things I say, you go on Snopes and you check it. Well, let me tell you what Snopes says about these missing airliners. They said that it is partially false. Not partially true, partially false. It says, quote, however, there have been no statements from the State Department, the Department of Defense, Homeland Security, or any other authority warning of stolen airliners. The national threat level has not been raised, and Algerian and Moroccan military and air defense are already on high alert. Okay, quit using Snopes. All right, second thing I want to talk to you about is terrorist attacks. Now, there's been many terrorist attacks. We're talking about homegrown terrorism. We're talking about environmental terrorism. But I'm specifically going to look at terrorist attacks by radical Islamists or Islamic extremists since 9/11, the 9/11 tragedy. On record, there have been roughly 25 attacks that have been publicized as far as the media knows. I know of two of them because I consulted on two of those attacks. One of them was took place in Chicago, where a gentleman who went under an alias of Abdullah al-Muhajir, he was arrested for suspicion of plotting a radiological bomb or a dirty bomb attack. Here's the interesting thing: is this was under President Bush. He designated him an enemy combatant and said that he was not entitled for a trial in a civilian court, so they transferred him to a military prison. However, enter the ignorant people of the Civil Liberties Union, the American Civil Liberties. They said, no, you cannot keep him here. This is ridiculous. And so they transferred him to a Miami, Florida jail. He faced criminal conspiracy charges, and a federal grand jury found him guilty of conspiring to kill people in an overseas jihad. They never did charge him with the plans that he had to explode a dirty bomb in the United States. The other one was known as the Buffalo Six or the Lackawanna Six. These were a group of 6 Yemeni American friends who were convicted of providing material support to Al-Qaeda. And that was in December 2003. They had been attending Al-Qaeda training camps in Afghanistan, and they had brought some of that training information here, and I'll talk about that in a little bit. But you've had all sorts of terrorist attempts, terrorist plots, everywhere from financial building blowing ups and Los Angeles shootings and Bronx terrorism. They even had, of course, the famous Fort Hood shooting, which our administration in 2009 said it was workplace violence. And we even had an assassination plot up in King Salmon, Alaska. And, of course, the Wichita Airport bombing plot. Just so many that the media just quickly glosses over. Boy, this is going longer than I wanted it to. Terror training camps, let me talk about those. There are over 4 dozen Islamic terror training camps in the United States. These are run by a gentleman named Mubarak al-Ghanali. He was the leader of these groups based out of Pakistan. They are here in the United States. They stretch from Georgia all the way up to Washington State, from Maine all the way down to Arizona. This is the man who trains his Jundi Allah, or the Soldiers of God. And this group is the one that is responsible for beheading the journalist Daniel Pearl. And they train here in the United States. They train in guerrilla tactics, and get this, they use AK-47s, they use RPGs, but we as citizens of this state, of this country, cannot own an RPG ourselves, and how they get away with it, I just don't know. And so why doesn't the law enforcement do anything about that? Well, they're still protected under our own laws. And, of course, your ACLU people. Anyway, do we have to worry about a terrorist attack this week, the 13th anniversary of the 9/11 attack? Guys, I cannot, with a clear conscience, say no. I'm going to tell you my fears. Many months ago, I opined that the missing Malaysian jetliner was in the hands of terrorists. We still have not found any wreckage, and quite frankly, they have had time to retrofit this plane and make it a giant bomb. Most likely target, in my opinion, would be Israel, but I would not rule out a European city, a North African city, or even an attempt to cross the Atlantic and hit Washington, D.C. I'm at a loss as to what may happen here in the United States. We do have terrorists here in America waiting for their orders to attack. Here's my advice. Pay attention. We are less safe today than we were 6 years ago, and I don't want to sound corny, but hey, if you see something suspicious, call the police, call the FBI. Do your duty as a patriot to warn the others of anything that may seem out of place. And whatever you do, don't just run around and see anyone that looks Middle Eastern start calling the police, because we are now finding out that most of this ISIS crew and a lot of the Al-Qaeda guys are Americans that have gone over there to train. People from the UK, people from France, people from all over the world are joining this radical extremist Muslim group that's just going around killing people. Just stay alert, stay alive. I implore you, once again, Secrets Revealed. It's on Amazon. It's on Kindle. Get it. You need it. It's an incredible read. Look, we got Life and Times of Biff Baxter. I've even dropped the prices for you on biffsuperspy.net. And when it's all said and done, we still have on our side God. And guys, based on the 10 Commandments, I'm receiving great reviews on this. And good-looking guy in the back, that's me. While Christians Sleep. Incredible book. Hey, pray for America. We got to keep strong, keep alert, keep alive, and please, I really hope you are well armed and you have enough coffee. Good night.